Big Cali world all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali world all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit.
Yeah, man. It's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some of the ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy Big Cali. And this is Big Cali World, man. Oh, man, it's the first episode, the first thing of a new wave. Feeling good, feeling great. I got my man Cast One here in the back. My DJ, producer.
Peace.
You already know what it is, man. Go on and drop something so we can get comfortable in here, man. Drop some of that play. I know you got something in that thing real quick.
Got it in that archive, man.
Got it in that archive. You know what it is, man. And for my first guest on the show, man, or should I go? I don't know how I should work with this. My fault. I'm trying to get it together. Nah, but what I'm saying is, Big Cali World, just a little overview. Just more so of an open format type situation. Just want to kick game with a lot of people I respect, love, admire, then probably worked with in the past. And really, they all from my city, all from the Inland Empire, all from my part of California. And, eventually we'll branch off, get some more people for. Right now, though, I just want a format for, some people I respect to have they platform to talk, And we just kick game,
yes,
smoke,
sir.
chill, do whatever it is. And for my first guest on Big Cali World, man, I don't even know how to even give him an intro, man. This is really my comrade, friend, brother.
It's a regular day.
Yeah, go ahead and talk into the mic a little bit, man. It's
yes,
my
sir.
man, Low, CEO, entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
Many different cultures, many different things, connoisseur of a much. How you doing today, brother?
I'm always good, man. You already know. I'm always good.
Feeling good, feeling great, man.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad you can come here and support me on my first show, man. Come on out.
Yeah, I'm always gonna support, man. Me and Cali, we go way back, man.
Mm-hmm.
Way back to high school, over 10 years plus. So it's a guarantee, I'm gonna be here,
Yeah, that's what
on time.
That's what I was trying to even think about, how even far we even go back of knowing each other.
Man, for real.
I was even even high school, even then I knew you, seen you around, knew you. But then even I was even thinking even the first parties.
Right.
Even back in the day.
Right.
With the Mike Mob parties back in the day.
It was crazy because I was just watching the videos and I was just thinking man, we really had the city buzzing. And
young.
Man, we was young.
Young as hell.
And
you had the formula then though.
Man, we had it. But, fortunately, that group stuff don't always work out.
Yeah, man.
And pretty much.
That group stuff. I like how you said that group stuff.
Pretty much a lot of fallouts and a lot of issues going on.
Yeah.
We started really getting to a point where, they was actually going places, doing shows, opening up and wanting to be seen, you know. We was doing our own events, own clubs, selling out, you know what I mean? So it was doing good. It's just a lot of stuff started going, young,
sideways,
being young, everybody was young. So,
but the thing I remember even back then, even with the parties, you were the one at the door with the money. You were the one paying security, making sure we getting through.
Man,
basically really always being that behind the scenes architect of shit.
Exactly.
You were always that one, and I think a lot of people don't even know that you've been involved. Even my career, or even a lot of artists' career in the Empire. If you don't want to elaborate, I mean, you don't have to go into detail who, but you've always been, I guess, the person all right, I'm gonna bless you, I got you.
Right.
What you trying to do? What's your hustle?
Right. Yeah, just pretty much, I'm just a spiritual person. First of all, I always make sure my people straight. From? You know what I mean? That's just, first of all, I was raised a little different. You know what I'm saying? I was raised Muslim. First of all.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I was raised Muslim, so. I'm Muslim around a bunch of Christians, so I'm getting the best of both worlds, you know what I mean? So it's a good experience to be able to know this side and that side, put your own two together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the Muslim, that religion is very spiritual. Once you get involved with it, you'll see it's real deep, you know what I mean?
Do you still practice that, would you say?
I mean, I still got prayers that I say in Arabic and stuff like that I know, and so, so on and so on, but I don't go like I used to. I used to, fast and do the whole nine, but to be honest, I fell out. Once high school came, I kind of started falling out,
Like we all did.
Because it's difficult. You're young.
We all did,
right.
Basically.
Right.
And what's crazy is, I have a homegirl. she practices, she's Muslim.
Right.
And I seen like when she went through, oh man, someone help me. What's that? It's like that part where they have to fast for like that long period of time.
30
Ramadan.
days, Ramadan, yeah.
Man, I don't know. I don't know if Christians can just go through that. Like if Jesus made us do that, I don't know. It'd be a lot of Christians that might just, start going to Catholicism real quick. But it's kind of the same,
And people don't realize you really can't eat, you can't drink for the whole day from sun up to sundown. You can't. You know what I'm saying? So some people take, people take water fast and do all type of this fast is strictly nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's very more pure. You get a lot more lessons learned from that. Because it's survival strategies. It helps you, it lets you know you can survive in a time. If you had to go with no food, you can do it because you've been doing 30 days, already. So it's mentally training you already to go through survival strategies. It's just, I'm telling you, it's like a real spiritual.
I get it, man. But so, man, I don't even know where we just went on a whole tangent right now. That was deep. That wasn't even in my notes. But no, that's really how it always works with me and you, man. Even if we do business or anything we do, our interaction or just fellowship with each other, it always your mindset and the way you talk, you've always walked different, you always talk different.
Definitely.
And with leading to entrepreneurship, to bring you back to where you've always had that mindset. What was like your first hustles or what did you do when you were like, all right, because I've never seen you have, when's the last time you had a clock in, clock out job?
Man, I couldn't even tell you. I think, no, actually.
Have you ever had a clock in, clock out
23, yeah. When I first was able to work, I started working. I was working at McDonald's for at least 2-3 years.
McDonald's?
McDonald's, yeah, when I was 16, 17. Soon I was able to start working. So I was good. I was making my little money, going to school, doing my things on the side. So I was good then, and then I went into the warehouse phases. But, you get tired of the warehouse phases, and I went to the telemarketing phases, you know what I mean?
I'm currently stuck in that telemarketing phase. Man, I'm currently stuck. I'm one of the people that bit the bullet and went in and started getting good at it and just started becoming a supervisor.
Man, it really, I'm telling you, that telemarketing is a whole nother level.
It's another kind of hustle.
It's another hustle, You sitting down, you on the phone or whatever you're doing, you ain't got to go stress yourself. I'd rather do that. You stressing yourself at a job, But, yeah, pretty much I always had a clock-in job, but I just came to a point where I got tired of it, just like everybody else. But before I decided to, do my own, I was working at a telemarketing company. It was selling computer products and ink, toner, all type of stuff for printers. And it was
See, when you were talking about the ink, toner, printers and shit, I remember you telling me about that early.
Right.
And I didn't believe you. Like most people in Marina Valley or in the Inland Empire you were talking to.
Man.
You were like, oh yeah, we got this new jug where you can, nigga, like he was like, think of how many offices is out here. Man, they all need supplies. They all need copies.
Everybody need ink and toner, If they're not under contract, every single person in their office, pretty much, it's gonna be 99% chance they're gonna have a printer in that office. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lucrative business, you know what I mean? Because it's cash flow. You can obtain your own customers, you know what I mean? You can call who you want to, you know what I mean? And if you got the middleman product, if you getting it wholesale, it's just knowing about how to speak to them, you know what I mean? So
hold up, Cass, can you turn that
real
down
simple.
A little bit? Thank you, G, my bad. Lo got that real low voice. We gotta go over real quick.
That's
Thank
that
you,
Virgo, man. Real shit, man.
But nah, man. So yeah, the ink and toner business. So were you selling it at first?
Yeah.
And then you were just like, just to recap, you were selling it first, and then you were just like, all right, now
for a company, right? Yeah, I was selling
to this company.
So pretty much what it was, I was going through my little struggles. I moved to LA with my cousin, right? So he was working a manager at a toner company spot. He got me in easy, so he taught me the ropes, showed me how to do everything. So pretty much all we have to do is just open up accounts, get the customers, and have a closer close it. We get our percentages and cool, but once you get advanced with it, you start making your own deals, closing your own deals, you start realizing, why would I even continue to work for this company? Because we started going through issues with the company, getting paid and stuff like that. So me and my cousin always talked about, like, why we don't just do our own? Let's just start our own. So we talked about it for years while we still working. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it just came to a point where, like, I just had enough. You know what I mean? And one day, it was a time where we left one company, the company he was managing at to go to another company. You know what I'm saying? Started totally fresh. So it was crazy because through that process of working, I met the retailer, the guy who wholesales all the toner.
Yeah.
Came into that office because these is $1 million companies.
Wait a minute.
Like,
so the plug walked into your job, and then that's how you met the plug.
I met the plug. I promise you. So, but it wasn't like a one-on-one thing. He came, brought donuts for the whole staff because this company is bringing them. I believe they was doing about $1 million a month in sales.
God
with
damn.
them. It's a small floor. You know what I mean? So. It's good money, I'm telling you. Like, once you do the math and you see the wholesale pricing, it's real good money because once you get into the toner business and you see, like, the actual tactics of what it needs and how many toners it takes and how much, they could range from anywhere from $25 bucks.
All right.
And some toners for a whole set cost you $1,500. You know what I'm saying? And offices have like 30 machines in their building that need.
So they need a toner. So $1,500 each machine.
Each machine, right?
So how often do they re-up on basically
depending
toner?
on the business? You know what I mean? Because if the business is like a mom and pop shop, they're not gonna do too much, cash flow. So. They're not gonna print so often. Maybe 2-3 months they're gonna need it. But if it's like a busy business, they're getting it. They're stocking up. They're gonna stock up in bulk.
Yeah.
And some companies spend, like big companies, big contract companies spend up to 15, 20 grand, 10 grand on cartridges because they got big facilities. You know what I mean? And
so wait a minute.
You're right.
$1,500 to $2,000.
Man,
a whop at 30 times. So you're making. And this is every month or
whenever they reorder. So the goal is to really get customers every day because you want to keep your reorders coming because if they only order in 3 months, you want to have somebody's ordering at least a month or 2 months. That way it fill out the spaces, you know what I mean?
So how old were you when you started this business?
When I started
and learning the copy and printing
I was 23 when I stopped working for that company and got an LLC and started doing my own. And me and my cousin talked about it, but, it didn't work out that way, so I ended up just pushing full-fledged and I used, started up in the garage.
On that right there. So just like a typical business, you're like, all right, I'm about to go start something with one of my cousins and we're going to do this. Like it's an idea. It works out. I have the business. I didn't seen it. I've been working it. And then your partner falls out.
No, he never. So when I started it, he never became involved because he was too busy taking care of his household. He couldn't just stop and start a business because he got kids. I don't got kids, he got a family, so he got to keep that check
rolling.
rolling.
Yourself out the mud.
With the business, you're gonna need a couple months start off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that phobia of how I'm gonna pay my rent, all that kick in right then and there. You know what I mean?
So you going through this at 23?
Right. So I'm trying to figure it out. So I pretty much what I did was when I went into business, I was just by myself. I had got in my parents' garage. I started I got 4 cubicles, right, and then I had four lines in the garage. Four lines and 4 cubicles, and I was running that business like that for like maybe 2 years. I had friends in and out. Nobody really stuck it out with me. But I had a couple friends in and out, a couple weeks. Some did a couple months. They was getting sales, but it's a commission-based game. And I'm not rich. I can't really pay him an hourly wage. I'm just starting off. I had to get help through my pops just to get the start off money. You know what I'm saying?
How much, if you don't mind me asking, what
it
was
very cheap.
Very cheap.
It was very cheap because all the stuff that I was getting, like the cubicles and all, I was finding deals online for it. The phone line, I found a good deal for the phone line. Everything, you know what I'm saying? So
you
was
set
able
up
to manage
a CRM, which is a customer
I was really full-fledged, had invoices going in my customer's name. They thought we was a real big facility the way we was talking to them. Like, it was really like going like
out in the garage.
Man, I had at least like over 100 customers within a year. A year and a half, I had got at least over 100 customers just of my own. You know what I'm saying?
And this is printer and copy
and ink, right?
And
bringing in money, right? So I was doing good off of it. You know what I mean? But my whole goal before I started the printer company. It was the guess. I was trying to figure out, do I want to get into the medical marijuana industry or do I want to do the print company? And I did the math and I seen I didn't have the money to go that way with the medical, so I had to go with the printer. But
what made you determine that money that you needed? Like, what year was this, if you don't mind me asking?
About 2015 probably.
So this is just 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. This is like, okay, you're at the crossroads. Like, okay, I'm making a good amount of money from this startup that I done did in my garage.
Exactly.
And I can either go this route or I can go.
Well, no, before I started off with the printer company, I was debating, should I go with the marijuana company or should I go with the printer? Then I ended up going with the printing company. You feel what I'm saying? Because the marijuana startup was too much for me to be able to go with.
Yeah.
So I had to go that route. But I had in my business plan and in my own personal business plan, I put that I'm gonna use the money from this company to start up my marijuana company. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's pretty much what happened. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I had enough money to get going on that, I just took off with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's when Loud Pack Legends came involved. You know what I'm saying? Because I found out that you can get a real legit licensed nonprofit, you know what I'm saying, for just only, what, $800. You know what I'm saying?
So this is in 2015 before Prop 64, of course.
Yeah.
This is like when you needed a medical marijuana basically license to deliver and to sell, like when it was back then.
You gotta have a medical marijuana.
And it cost $800
just
to
$800
to even start. And then what
some
would that
people was
entail?
paying more because they was going through lawyers and they was having a lawyer do all their dirty work, but it's really a working game. If you want to save your money, you got to really do your own dirty work. You know what I'm saying?
So what is the dirty work? What did that end? What do you mean?
All the lawyers doing is doing the same thing that he could have been doing. So pretty much like to get legal now, you could just go on a website. They'll tell you everything you need to do to get legal. But what the lawyer's gonna do is obtain all the paperwork that they need to sign and fill out and go get the building for them and do all the dirty work for them. When we could just be doing that ourselves and save that little $10,000, $15,000 that the lawyer charging. You know what I'm saying?
So it's basically just
so
going to court, doing the paperwork.
Right. Some people was paying $3,000, $4,000 for the license I was getting. You know what I'm saying?
And this is in 2015.
2015, yeah.
How has that changed now?
It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
I saw you. He said it's a big difference.
It's changed, man, to where it kicked me out of business, you know what I'm saying? So,
damn.
And I just got started, you know what I'm saying? I probably had it maybe only 8 months to a year before the laws changed. Cause once 2008, cause I got the Loud Pack Legends LLC. That was it was 2017, I want to say, but it wasn't an LLC. It was it's for what's the word for? Nonprofit.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, I have no idea.
No, it's high. Nonprofit, right. So, so it's a big difference between nonprofit and LLC and how they work.
What's the difference between a nonprofit and LLC?
It's different the way the profits work and the way you share the money and stuff like that. Yeah.
I know. It's a difference. I can see you've been in a lot of meetings. You're like, all right, look, it's a difference between nonprofit and LLC.
I've been really studying business since I got into business. You know, I studied.
Did you go to college for this?
Never went to college. YouTube is college now. That's what people don't understand, you know? So you got to get on YouTube because literally whatever you type in right now on YouTube, you trying to find out, you can learn how to do, whether it's working on the car or learning how to build a spaceship. Whatever you want to do is on there. You know what I'm saying? So you really just
Googled and YouTube
I learned
all
how to
this
start
information
a
of
business
literally a
Google
business
YouTube.
infrastructure.
Right. Exactly. I started business.
When did you start this research? When you were working for the copy and toner?
23, yeah. About 23, 24, I was deep in it. I was always like on the business side, but I was not like nowhere near how I was. I was really like staying up day and night, studying entrepreneurs and millionaires, just studying their flow. And I was going through a struggle at one point in time. What really changed is I had moved to New Mexico. I was staying with my brother for a little bit just to get my mind right. I was going through, a bunch of shit out here. And
we all take that little trip, that little move.
For sure.
I went to Atlanta. And I went to school out there for a couple of years around the same time.
Yeah.
That's when we linked back up because with the Mike Mob whole thing, that was around the same timeline. Because when I came back, I was like 23, 24.
Right.
And you were doing that, and I was hella lost.
Yeah,
I was out there.
Man, I was out there. He gave me a, who was it that he gave me? I want to say it was Napoleon Hill that he told me about to go look up. And it was called... damn, I can't remember the name of it. It was called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill.
Right.
And at this time, like, I'm going through, gangbang and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I ain't, like, really on that tip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't allow so many. We going through homies we losing. We going through back-to-back bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that time. It was a very crazy time in life.
Exactly. So
But you were
when he
always
put
different,
me on
though.
that,
You always
it
walked
changed
different.
my whole perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of life and everything,
Yeah.
because it just woke me up. It did something to me. You know what I'm saying? Then I read into all his other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Think all that stuff he put out, I pretty much read into, and then I got hipped on to a couple of different other people. You know what I'm saying? Another expires, Grant Cardone, but I've been on him before. People just started getting on him.
Let's pause this for a minute.
Right.
You're naming some gems here.
Right.
So you say your first person that you started researching is Napoleon Hill.
Right.
And then Grant Cardone.
Right.
Now, if I must interject, when I started off in my telemarketing and I started off in sales and even in my hustle, the legal hustle.
Right.
I used to have my manager, he used to show me videos. Shout out David Jones. At the time, he was like, hey, man, you're a good talker. You're a slick talker. You know how to talk. You're a hustler. Right. But you can't talk to these customers like you're a fucking hustler.
Yeah, you gotta really know
like
how to talk
you have all the basic infrastructures to be a good salesman or entrepreneur or whatever, but you have to learn how to talk. And that was one of the people he made me watch was Grant Cardone.
Right.
Where I learned voice inflection.
You feel me?
I never forget. I remember listening to his videos and driving, and he'd be like, you have to be like, hello, how you doing there?
Right.
Like, hey, how's it going there? So like, you ever notice like the good, but you can't sound fake either.
Right. I learned a lot from him. My sales went, like when I was doing a toner business, I learned about him. So I learned about him like real early before he actually became like a real social media mogul. He was doing the social media thing, but he wasn't popping. Like
so literally 2015.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I was on him then. Like, so when I really got involved with him, I seen his sales game change I went from here to here, you know, like my sales went, because I started turning nose into off of everything he taught me to say, like, so I really went from here to here. My sales game went from here, my life game went from here, you know what I'm saying? Because your hope is incorporated. So really it changed a whole lot listening to him, you know what I'm saying?
Who do you listen to now?
I still listen to him, but at the same time, I felt like I got enough game. Now it's my turn to go do my duty. You know what I'm saying? So I still listen to people here and there, keep my ears in there, but I'm focused on now myself. You feel me? I'm trying to build my own self.
And I think that's the thing. That's the reason, you know, I brought you on the show
pretty
too.
Much why I'm here too. Right.
You always are one to try to instill wisdom of like progression into the young community.
Always.
Even down to your infrastructure now, who I see you around with, and how I see you moving now in your different companies that you're invested in and doing stuff like that. You're still invested in your community. Now, what I was going to ask you is, you know, of course, we know like Nipsey Hussle, with his passed away, rest in peace. He invested in his community.
For sure.
And you saw how the outcome. What do you feel about that, man? Like, because, of course, knock on wood, never would say that, but you're CEO.
I'm not saying, like, what he did was a bad thing, because everybody got their own game plan. You know, that was his game plan. He stuck with it, and he achieved it. So, that's success to me. You know what I'm saying? So, but my game plan is different. You know what I'm saying? It's not sticking around and building it here. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Grant Cardone, he taught me, like, this whole world is our playground. You feel me?
Cardone,
real. This is our playground for real. So, like, we got to get out of just staying home. We got to start searching outside. Like, it's cool to move out and do this and do that, because most people start realizing California ain't really shit. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't shit. You know, the taxes is higher. Everything higher out here. You feel me? So it really ain't shit. Your investments is better out of state. Everything's out of state. You feel me? Real estate is better out of state.
Do you have any? Are you going to start doing investments and stuff? I mean, you don't have to. I don't want to get into your portfolio, of course.
No, I'm on it. You know I'm on it.
Because I watch like DJ Envy. I know with the Breakfast Club, he's always talking about real estate and purchasing, and even like Cardi B's talking about always like purchasing and real estate and going in and.
That's the best investment you could ever do is real estate, and I did my math. You know, anybody can do their math. It's real estate, and that's definitely. I finally got my family together. You feel me? Like my immediate family, brothers and sisters, mom and pop, and we started an LLC called Unity Real Estate Investment Group.
Wow!
And pretty much what we finna start doing is buying property, and what we're gonna start. I first just try out, you know, because everybody not sure how we're gonna pay this, do this. So I'm saying no matter what, we got to push and do it. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure it out later.
That's always the issue. Most people just don't want that first initial push.
Right. So I finally got in the push. We getting the LLC right now, and then we planning on buying some property in Vegas. That's the whole plan right now for Airbnb. It's just going. Usually we focus on units. You know what I'm saying? But just for the start off, just to get everybody comfortable, see that we could do it. We're gonna start off with just a house for Airbnb out in Vegas.
How much?
You know, so
what do houses in Vegas go for nowadays? What's the market, if you don't mind me asking?
It just depends.
Like from what
I've been searching, but it just depends because we haven't discussed on what type of square footage we really want. I'm thinking big because the more square foot, the more we can, deck it out, and the more we could charge per day. That's how I'm looking at it. I need more money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking larger square footage. So we're gonna be probably looking at somewhere close to $500,000, somewhere about $500,000 for the house.
Yeah,
that I'm thinking. But houses you can get roughly $200,000 up to $400,000 for a decent house.
But $500,000 in Las Vegas, you're getting something.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to get something nice that we can really charge for, and really get that money back. Because at the end of the day, $500,000, the rent on that we'll double that. You know what I'm saying? Guaranteed. We'll be able to at least pay the rent off just to.
Hey, you know what's funny? I know people probably listening like, damn, this nigga like really like do a bunch of shit, but he been talking like this.
Shit, bro.
You been talking like this, my nigga, since I've been knowing you.
Yeah,
literally. We in the whip smoking.
Right.
You like, all right, Big C, look, all I need to do is just start this. And I got another stream and another thing. You were one of the first niggas because you were talking about streams of income.
Right.
And I remember I was bragging to you one day. I was like, my nigga, my job gave me a raise. I'm making $16 an hour now. I'm on. You were like, hey, Big C, that's good, man. But that's like it. That's all you gonna work on? Like, what happens if that job closed? What happens if that manager just be like, all right, I'm done with this job. I'm over it.
For real.
I'm done. I don't want to work it no more. What are you gonna do? Now you're depending on him to eat.
Exactly.
And it's like you gotta have multiple streams of income.
You gotta be your own boss. You gotta take that step, man. Even if you got kids, because it's not worth wasting your time trying to, keep trying to survive. You might as well just get better. You're gonna get better if you try this route. It's a fact. It's proven everywhere. The only ones who fail is the one who quit trying. So it's proven. Like, you good if you take this route. You just gotta do it. Take that leap. That's what I learned.
Side note, what the fuck tree is this right here?
That's some good shit. That's called that shirt face right there.
Shirt face?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. You always got some extra shit, bro. You come in with the little black bag, undisclosed. They ain't paying us yet, so we ain't gonna shout out. Just go ahead.
Can't give them no shout out.
Yeah, but man, this is some gas.
Yeah, man.
All right. You always had exotic strains. You've always talked about
always smoked
exotic strains on your Instagram.
I've been on it before the world started catching on to
what goes into exotic strains? What does it take to get an exotic? What's the difference between exotic and regular strains? First of all,
well, exotic to me is,
in your opinion,
the ones that are newest to the market and that got some color to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and more indica based, even if it's a hybrid. But sativa based is cool. It still could be some exotic sativa based strains. Exotic is really just anything that's new to the market that top growers have or are producing or hard to get. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel? What's your top? Side note, rapid fire question, just because I'm on that right now. You got me wavy over here. What's your top strains right now that you're shouting out that you'll stamp right now that you will be like, yeah, this is like something that I'm smoking?
Man, I got so many, to be honest. But
you really do this cannabis shit, man. You're in the cannabis industry, or I was in it, whatever.
Yeah, I've been in this shit for a long time, man. Like, even right now, I'm getting the legal shit right. We're trying to get a shop going right now.
Yeah, man, because Loudback Legends.
Yeah, I didn't even get to finish even.
Yeah, my bad, my fault.
Nah, we good. But we're working on that right now. It's just, they make it, the difference you asked me earlier was the difference from, then and now. Then you could obtain a license for $800. You feel me? And get going, nonprofit, whatever you got to do. But now, once everybody voted for that Prop 64, you got the government involved.
I like how you said that. Once everybody voted for that. How you feel about Prop 64?
I feel about voting, period. You just leave that shit alone. Be that for them. You know what I'm saying? I don't vote. I don't do none of that voting.
Why not?
I don't believe in that presidential and the presidency. It's just life get deeper when you start really knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I mean,
I don't pay no mind to that. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch the news. I don't keep track of none of that.
To counter what you're saying, just to see where you're at with this.
Yeah.
I understand exactly what you're saying, but for me personally,
Right.
my dad instilled that. He's from Louisiana.
Right, my family.
Our family's older from the South.
Right.
They tell us like what our people like had to go through, so we had the right to vote.
Right.
So we can even have that choice. I understand, of course, why, because in the end, you see what happened. I voted last time, and Trump's still president.
Right. Yeah,
it is what it is. And I voted for Prop 64, and
I just don't
thought
like
it was
falling
something
into
great.
all that, you know?
So I just feel like if it's something you could do, you have to do it. But also, that's what's beautiful about this country.
Right.
You have the choice.
You got the choice.
Yeah, so I get
and
your
the belief
understanding.
systems be different. Everybody's belief system. Like me personally, like I don't believe in all of that presidential. I believe shit picked before they pick. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe our vote count or
Trump
matter.
is president right now.
Right. So I've been believing that before.
Either way it goes.
So I don't fall into none of that. I don't play their little games. I gotta focus on me. That's what people. Problem is focusing in on that because that keep you distracted from getting to where you need to go. Like. They make it seem like the end of the world finna be here if you watch CNN or the news. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But people tell me, you ain't seen that. Nah, I ain't seen that. But I be thinking everything good, but they think everything finna end.
But here's the mind fuck. You're still up and hip on everything that's going on.
I know what's going on.
Like, that's the
That's the thing.
You know what's going on, but then you're like,
because
all right,
people
well, I really
gonna talk. You feel me? People gonna talk.
You're
so
people
I don't have
person.
to watch the news. People gonna talk regardless. They are the news. People are now the new news. That's all they got to talk about is talking.
I
You
feel
feel
you,
me?
man.
So you gonna find out.
Man, that's deep, man. So anyway, to bring it back to what you were talking about with going back from the cannabis company with Loud Pack Legends and starting it, and then you got the license for $800.
Right.
Now you're getting, I guess, looking for strains, setting up your infrastructure.
Yeah. Loud Pack kind of collapsed because once 2018 hit, they changed the laws once Prop 64 came in.
What laws changed, to be specific for people? Because it's going to be people outside of California that listens to this is like, I don't know what the fuck Prop 64 is.
Yeah.
If people don't know, you maybe want to elaborate on it, talk about that, what it is.
Well, like, make it understand, like, pretty much it's just, all Prop 64 was pretty much a way of getting the government's foot in the door. That's how you got to look at it, you know what I'm saying? Because before, they really didn't have too much control. It really wasn't even a controlled business. Like, even people who have med cards, if you look on your med card, it'll say it's just a recommendation. Your doctor recommends you to use it, but it's not a license allowing you to actually use it. You feel what I'm saying?
That's deep.
So
I didn't even think about that.
Right. So it's the whole system, fried like always, you know. So this way to trick it and do your thing, whatever. But it's just a tricky, it's a tricky game.
It's a tricky situation.
Because once 2018 hit, Prop 64, government in now, laws changed. You got the Cannabis Bureau, a whole new system that's now made and involved. Now you have to relicense through this system. You know what I mean?
From what I've seen, that was different.
Right.
And maybe you could help me and us understand this. Before, in Moreno Valley, Inland Empire area, Riverside, 2014 through 2018, it was hella dispensaries everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like, you could drive around and throw a rock and hit 3 dispensaries.
They even had that mobile home.
As soon as it got legal, it went straight to delivery service.
Yeah.
Only. And then even that got even riskier.
Yeah.
So, did it really help?
Nah, it didn't
to
help.
you? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, because it seems like I thought it was gonna be legal.
Not for people like us who's trying to get into the industry. It didn't help. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more difficult when they add more money and more structure that you gotta have. They really, I hate to say it like this, but it's kind of true. But they kind of just letting the big guys in right now. You know what I'm saying?
Did it crush the small market?
Kind of like to where your chances is a lot more slimmer to get in than it was last year or 2017 or 16.
So what does it take for someone, let's say I'm in Boulder, Colorado. No, not Colorado, because they're legal. Let's say Arizona, okay?
Right.
And I have $100,000 seed investor, and I want to move to California, and I want to get in the cannabis industry.
Man,
I know nothing. I have no plugs. I just want to move here with $100 grand. What is the process from A to B? If you can slowly, speed through it, go through it.
It's simple, but it's not. So you can have 100,000, but it's now like it's a game of who gets in now, because like they have to do it to where they having phases now. So pretty much like if you go apply right now, you go through the application stage.
Yeah.
You gotta get approved, but so for example, where we stay, okay?
Yeah.
They're only allowing about, I think it was like 23 to 28 permits.
Wait a minute.
Cannabis permits.
Wait a minute. Repeat that one more time for people.
Yeah.
So that means out of everyone who applies, how many different people have a chance
only
to get it?
23 to 28. That's what I'm saying, in our little city. So it's like
this is in Moreno Valley,
but that goes for
County.
everything, because you can be a shop, a delivery service, a testing facility. It don't matter what you are, what business. If it has to do with cannabis, it's only could be 23 to 28 cannabis related businesses in that city. So many people applying, it's gonna cause it to turn into a phase. Now they only letting people in each phase. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. You gotta wait till the phase.
So it's a waiting list right now.
It's like a waiting game right now. You know what I'm saying?
So what about for people like you?
Right.
That's in California.
Trying to
that
get in.
Got the license before the law changed.
Your license, once the law changed, your license is invalid. You can't do nothing with it. No more.
I'm sorry to laugh, because I can see to your eyes you're so hot. You're like, what the fuck?
Like the only
man?
way you're good is if you've been in business for years, and it shows on paperwork you had that license for at least 7+ years type, 5 years. It makes sense, because you've been doing this, but all for the newcomers who was just getting in, like myself.
Yeah.
You got to be in, I think they was giving you like a year or 2 years. You had to been in business before you could get on that. It was a waiting list, but you'll get like pretty much ahead of the waiting list if you was in 2 years plus. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But I wasn't in 2 years plus.
You missed it by what?
Well,
some
like,
months?
Just a month, like a year, or probably like a year or some months. Yeah. So
you had the money, you paid the fees, you went to the lawyers, you did the paperwork.
What I'm doing right now is pretty much, so what everybody had to do is go apply through, the BCC, which is the Cannabis Bureau, the new system that they made. You feel me?
So now it's a
whole new total system.
What is this called again?
It's called the BCC.
Oh,
it's
man.
the Cannabis Bureau. That's what they call it,
God.
Cannabis Bureau. They on Instagram and everything. You go look them up.
Hell, Instagram.
They on Instagram now. It's crazy. So
that's too deep. So then you just go apply with them.
You gotta apply. You gotta first. When you go on that website, it'll tell you everything. What business structures you can have, what retailer, whatever you want to do. It'll let you know what you could do or what you want to do. And then it'll tell you the steps you need to take from A to B, exactly what you want to do.
I don't understand then who's winning in this, because me as a consumer, I voted for Prop 64, okay?
Right.
I'll just be honest. I did. I voted yes.
Right.
Because I was smoking weed. I was like, nigga, I can carry an ounce on me legally without a card.
Exactly.
If the cops pull me over, nothing can really happen to me with weed as long as I'm not physically smoking weed while they pull me over.
Yeah, I mean, you could have did that with the recommendation of that, but...
So is that the rule? Is that the case? I already had the privilege?
You was good, you feel me? When people let the government in, it changed a whole lot of other stuff.
So it was all a decoy.
They greedy, so now they got the legal market, the taxes and everything is totally different now. Like, you gotta pay taxes differently. Even it's really no businesses in the world, not in the world, but in our country that's being taxed like this industry. You feel what I'm saying? Why is the tax? It's still, why y'all gonna make it a business but tax it? Like, even alcohol not being taxed like how this is. And for what? So
when you talk about the taxes,
so much that they gotta charge more. You feel what I'm saying? So now they fighting with the black market. You know what I mean? That caused a clash with the black market.
So now that's more crime.
That's why you see what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's all a decoy.
It's raids going on from Southern and Northern California because the people in the game is complaining about how they're not making no money. The black market is doing good because, you know what I'm saying, their prices is too high. So it's going crazy right now. They got the government involved, so they hitting up everything right now. They going up north from even where we at. They've been tearing shit up out there.
No, because even when I'm out there in Hemet, it was a dispensary I used to go to, and they got raided.
Right.
And I was even working at a dispensary. The next day, she said, "Oh yeah, no, you don't have to come no more. We're out of business."
Yeah.
And they were going into it like as a church.
Yeah.
They shut down it as a church, and it was
too.
like holy sacraments, and people were like, they had a whole like infrastructure that was set up that made sense legally, but
yeah, they making it to where it's legally right to do it, but they're shutting them down.
quick.
They ain't playing.
So where is it legal? What about in the desert though? Palm Springs.
It's just specific cities is allowing activity right now. They still trying to work it out. It's just a janky system because you got the government and the Fed who still not even really worked it out on this level yet. So, there's still problems there. You got problems on the Fed level. You got problems on the city level because the city is not allowing it in their city. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a big circle.
Right.
It gets you confused trying to enter it, for real. Especially trying to listen to everybody else because they gonna tell you need 100,000, you need 300,000, you need $500,000. He got $1 million involved. So you
don't know the
you gotta do your own thing. You feel me?
What about for like these brands? Cause now for a lot of tours, they'll come out here and they'll be like, okay,
right,
low. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because I just got off the 101 and I seen 5 billboards talking about weed.
They good to go in there. That's no problem. They're out of town, so they don't mind paying $400, $300 for an ounce. That's regular. But we're California, so we're not.
So what is the tax usually? Because I remember I went to Cookies one time and I bought an eighth, and the eighth was like
You're paying
it was like $100 for the eighth.
Right.
And then like a $20 tax. Then like another $5 tax.
Yeah, it's like
and then a state tax.
Right. You paying like
so it was like taxes. The dumbest thing. Good thing. See, that's what happens though. I was out there fanning out, trying to be on some hype beast shit. I'm calling it out. It was hype beast. I could have just, called some of my local neighborhood people up. Because it's out there. Because you done brought this shit. I'm been smoking this whole time, and this is amazing.
And that's the thing, cause like before, like I was good. Like I know so many people in the industry that's legal to non-legal, whatever you want to call it, that who really have good product. You know what I'm saying? So, like it doesn't even matter. I know once I get my foot in this game, that's why.
But what's holding you back is the government.
It's the way.
Would you say that the way the janky system?
Because like it's so. LA is like flooded, you know what I mean? So the IE is where I was trying to base myself, somewhere from Pomona out in this area, somewhere, outside of Los Angeles right now because everybody's trying to get into LA and there's big money players in LA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They coming out here and that, so taking stuff up, you know what I'm saying? They even got a big player taking a spot out here in Riverside area that as soon as they allow it, they ready setting up.
Deep.
Yeah, they're setting up right now. They got billboards up, letting you know they're coming.
Because I do see some dispensaries, so they were one of those lucky 28.
They was one of those big money lucky 28.
Big money lucky 28. That's what we gonna call them.
Right. But the thing is, it's like you gotta have so what it is like before when you submit your application, you gotta have a layout of the building you're using and how it's gonna be operated. Your business plan has to be involved. You gotta have everything to the T with your application.
So you just can't go in there with like,
you can't go in there and just fill out a job application and send it in. Like I used to be in business here. Nah, you gotta go get the building you want to be in. Make sure it's good in the city. Make sure the city's good with it. They gotta approve of it at the same time. So if your city not even approving of any activity, you can't do it in your city. You gotta outsource. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta find that city, find that building. Make sure you get it written out, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to get the layout of how it's going to be. So you got to look at it like this. The way they could pick it out is, dang, who got the biggest diagram? They're getting this big-ass location over here. Let's put them in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how people now, how are they picking it? So that's pretty much how this shit really going. You know what I'm saying? They going to get big-ass facilities. And they're like, bro.
That's the thing that's crazy. Like, why would they even, you would think they want
16% tax. You feel what I'm saying?
So
I heard they changed it recently. I don't know if it's true. I kind of fell off the research on that one, but I think they did lower it. But it was 16%. That was just one tax, though.
So I got another question.
They was doing like 2-3 taxes.
What is this doing for the small-time African American business owner who was once had the license, had successful business in the dispensary, where do they go now? Where's their at?
They got to go through the same. Everybody has to go through that same.
But I'm saying, like, so did that like
try to
deplete
hope
the
to
market?
get approved? If they don't get approved, they got to go find a new life. Go try to find something else to do in life.
So
You
did
feel
it
me?
deplete the market? Like, how much of a drop would
Yeah.
you say the African American drop was to you that you seen from before
To
the
be
law
honest,
changed to after?
It wasn't too many African Americans in the game, anyways. It wasn't that. That's what you didn't
That's
see.
deep. I thought it would be a lot.
There wasn't too many, and if they was like
The black market.
it wasn't like up there, or doing it. They was just small time and regular. But as far as like they used to do the shows up at San Bernardino and all that type of stuff. You'll never really see too many black vendors up there. You know what I'm saying?
So you know what I'm thinking about it. Because you're all black owned.
Even
all
in the
black
industry
ran.
right now, the legal market is probably only 2 legal black people in the market right now. I believe it's Gas House and somebody else.
What about like Hispanics too, mostly? Brown.
See, what it is,
say?
it's tricky. This game, like, you got investors that are like 9 people to 12 people invested in one company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
15 people invested in one company. Like Jungle Boy, this isn't one person running Jungle Boys. Or these big companies and one person's not doing that. This is
They have a
group
board.
team. Yeah,
It's real.
Real, yeah. And that's how really a lot of the whole ball game is. If you want to get in, you got to really get with people. So for me, that's what I'm looking, trying to get with people, get with my, trying to get in some way, somehow.
Right.
I've been talking to, people who really got money, who's not in the industry, but just trying to get them to see the picture.
Hedge fund people.
You know what
They're
I'm
looking
saying?
to do it. It's because
Let's
it's
get
out
it.
here. It's a gold
And
rush.
it's not
our
even that
green
we
rush.
need the money. It's just the fact that you look good on paperwork. And they ain't really fucking. Like, it's sad to say, bro, they ain't fucking with niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how the game go.
Yeah.
But to get in, you gotta have that check behind you, or just being in the game a long time. Or, it's ways of doing it. Or you gotta have a stamp, somebody stamping you. You got big people who can stamp you in the game.
You know what? I'm gonna
You know what I'm saying?
on a crazy side note. I watched this show called
Yeah.
Shark Tank.
Right.
I don't know if you've heard of it. Know
Shark
about
Tank.
it. Yeah, and basically the whole thing of it is entrepreneurs go to these billionaire, millionaire hedge fund investors,
Right.
or it's Damon Jones, Mark Cuban,
I seen
basically people. So it's a big show. Anyway, I love it because all you do is watch people plead their case on how
Right.
they need money, and they sell a piece of their business.
Right.
And these people take on like they'll be like, okay, cool. I value my company. I want $100,000, and I'm offering you 10% equity in my company.
Exactly.
And they'll be like, oh, so you think you're
Yeah.
worth $1 million? They'll be like, okay, well, no, you're not worth $1 million. I offer you 100,000, but I want 33% of your
Yep.
company.
I
I want
used to be-
50% of your company.
I used to be so
and they
naive.
just be jugging these niggas that it be
Yeah.
funny as
I used to be
shit.
so
Shark
naive. Yeah.
Shark Tank. Thank
Shark
you, brother.
Tank, yeah. I used to be
Cass,
real
my nigga,
naive.
good looking Cass.
What do you call it?
Shark Tank. Yeah, we over here smoking
Nah,
advertising. We
Shark-
forgetting
That's that
names.
sweat equity.
Yeah, that's Sweat Equity.
Hey, no, real talk.
Oh yeah,
though.
shout
Shark
out Sweat
Tank.
Equity too. Cast One.
Man.
Hey, by the way, thank you for bringing that up. All these beats you've been hearing throughout this whole show, these mostly been Cast One's beats. Man.
Okay.
That's why I have them. So
That's
shout out Cast One.
Yeah,
we here
a
at
little bit,
Element
yeah.
Recording Studios.
Yeah, man.
And also
I'm
shout
trying to
out
do my
Productive
thing.
Culture too. UTV Lifestyle.
Yes, sir. Shout out them. Shout out the whole town, man.
Yeah, you know the murder's up in here though,
man.
man. Shout out to town, shout out to
Yes,
East
sir.
Side, West. You know what it is. Shout out to South. I had to get everyone in there. You know, I don't want no drama.
You ready to know?
Everyone shout out. Okay, I'm messing-
You already know. Nah, it ain't.
Nah, I'm messing with you, man. But nah, man. But Lo, man, this has been dope, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, no.
you kicked a lot of game, man. I know you got. We gonna wrap it up because I know you got a lot of shit you got to do.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
be here all day kicking
All
game.
right, you ready? No, this
We'll
is
start
regular-
bringing out some dominoes
This is
in a
regular
minute.
conversations we have at the spot, man. This is normal day for us.
But
Real talk.
nah, what I was gonna say is, what Chloe, any closing remarks you want to say to the people for young entrepreneurs that
Yeah,
they be
man,
like,
go
yeah, it
ahead
might
and,
sound good, yeah, all this sounds tight, but how do I do it? Maybe I'm not the one that
man,
can do it.
If you want to really find out, man, you can hit me up on Instagram. It's the best way to hit me up on Instagram. It's LDOTOH, L.O. Instagram me. I got the game for you. Man, some people I be charging, I ain't gonna lie. We got,
Talk to 'em,
we
talk
got
to 'em.
fees out there. But nah, real talk, I can really help you, man, and show you how to really get in the business.
And
for
no lie,
LLCs.
no cap, real
Yeah.
nigga, you've helped me.
Yeah, real
That's
talk.
why I have you on
help
my
a lot of
show. We
people.
kick game, we help each other.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's about fellowship. So
Right.
Shout out your Instagram one more time for the people
It's
that's
LDOTOH. And then you can hit us up on Loud Pack Legends. We got a clothing line coming in right now. So Loud Pack Legends, we just trying to get something going with the LLC till we could get in. Because I did change it from nonprofit to LLC. That was my last process. So look us up
You
on
never
Loud
broke
Pack
down what's the
Legends.
difference between nonprofit and LLC.
Right, it's different because of the way the cash flow is spent and the profits is different. Like when you get a sale, it's not just going to your pockets. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be for the company, and you got your hourly wage that you set for the company pretty much. You know what I mean? But you know it's tricky. People be stealing money through that way and all type of different stuff. Man, this whole game is tricky. But I changed it to LLC just so I can try to get in a legal market and sell to anybody who's 21 and up and get out the medical world.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's what that transition was. But for now, Loud Pack Legends, spelled just like it is, but a Z at the end of Legends, not an S. You hit us on what? We on Instagram, Snapchat.
Man, Break, I'm just letting you give your time. My bad, man. But yeah, man, go ahead, G.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it, though, man. You coming through, kicking game, man. And real talk, bro. That's why I have this format, man. That's why I have Big Cali World. I just want niggas to have a place where we could just kick game, talk shit
all day,
and
get the knowledge,
literally
whatever.
Get people, because you know, I just want people to have an opportunity to talk and have a format, man. And I just like talking my shit too. So if you know what it is, man, it's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy Big Cali. This is Big Cali World. And for all your podcast productive needs, for all your podcast audio visual needs, go to productiveculture.com/podcast. You can put in Argoon Radio, Big Cali World. And yeah, man, we're gonna be on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, wherever else streams are. So definitely subscribe, tell a friend, and we growing this from the mud, man. This is for the IE, this is for us, man. And of course, LA too, SoCal. We just gonna make this global eventually.
Y'all gonna see it in the future.
And that's why this Big Cali World, man. So thank you again, Lo, for coming through. Thank you, Productive Culture. Cast One, thank you, brother. I really appreciate everything. And Element Recording Studios, definitely. You see what's going on back here. It's the vibe. Come here for all your needs. And definitely, he's giving lots of definitely. I keep saying definitely. I know I'm high.
It's that good smoke.
Is that,
man.
what is this again?
Yes, sir. That serve face.
That serve face.
Serve
I can't
face,
fuck with this nigga. Got me over here
weed,
fucking up
man.
my commercial. I'm trying to sound good. My bad, Cast. Element Recording Studios. He'll give you that special discount. Just put in Big Cali World. And yeah, man, we gonna get it like this, man.
Yes, sir.
Holla at y'all, man. Peace. Thank you.
Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Ain't nobody fresh like C, built like bear, nigga strong like tree, strong like Kush, too hype like E. Entourage stick so thick like sheep. First class bitch, you know all 3 seats. Got the pass like free, talking free like cheap. You gon' cheat, but he bigger than whatever you gon' be. We gon' stack like cheese, that's 100 some G, nigga. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit.